Welcome to the microbiology video tidbit on how to use the virtual unknown references. Sometimes when students are going through these virtual unknown programs, they get confused about where they should find information. The program's kind of old, but it's still the best one out there. And so it's not the most user-friendly when you're used to dealing with things like iPods and things like that. It's a very user-friendly program from a computer programming standpoint, but still sometimes people have trouble finding anything. So let's look at an example. Over here I have in the lab manual on page 11, this is part of lab number 2. Let me go up and show you what lab we're in here. So we're in lab number 2. As I go down and I get to the later questions like number 11, it's going to ask me to find some things. Now anytime you go through these lab experiments, do not skip any steps. When it tells you to do something, scroll down and find it. Make sure you do that, because if you don't, you're not going to know how to do it later. So every step, whether it tells you to write something or not, it's very important that you do it. As we go down to number 11, it says answer the following questions using the reference books and links between them. So what test is this medium tryptone broth used for in virtual unknown? Now the way we would find that, it tells you it's a medium. So we're going to go to the medium, which is the M, test media reference section. We're going to look up tryptone broth. So we click on that. We type in, we'll make sure the search tab is clicked, and then type in tryptone broth. List the topics, double click on tryptone broth, and it'll tell you what is this medium used for. And it says that it is an excellent medium to use to test for tryptophan digestion. Tryptophan is an amino acid. Now when we go back to the manual, then it says, how is indole production determined? You just have to read that right off of here. How is indole production determined? All the answers you're going to need, you're not going to have to guess. It's all right here. The next question, what is the content of the medium? You go back here, what is the content of the medium? So it's not trying to trick you. You just have to know how to search for the information in the references. As you're looking at the references, you have tests, biochemical tests, that you can search for that through that. Just you could search for the indole test here in that. It would give you the same information. The media test, and then information about different bacteria when you're looking up particular bacteria. So that's all in there. Now let's say as we go further in this lab, it'll ask us things like, and this is just different things you would search for, and all of these, they're all in those references. And then we get down to something that might look kind of confusing, like how many of each are included in the virtual unknown program, gram-positive bacteria. Well, now if you go to bacteria and you put in gram-positive, it brings up all of the bacteria that are gram-positive, and you can just count them up. If you put in, though, let's say you put in too much because you didn't know what to search for, so you put in gram-positive bacteria, well, now it doesn't bring them all up. So you might say something like, okay, I'll go here, and then it'll give you hints. It'll say it would be wise to consult the identification matrix. Identification matrix and elimination hierarchy are going to be good friends to you in this program, because what they do, if we view the identification matrix, this will give all the bacteria, and it's this page and then just a couple more, like 4 more on the end, and every single test that this program does, it's all on this one spreadsheet. It looks like it's a lot because it has a little bar here, but it's not. It jumps pretty fast for that. It's all on this identification matrix. Every test, every bacteria that's in the whole program is right here on the identification matrix. You can also use the elimination hierarchy. Now I already put in, when I chose this unknown, it gave me the gram-positive slide, and I knew it was gram-positive reaction. So if I expand that, I can see that these are all the bacteria. The ones that are remaining are the ones that are gram-positive that I can still do tests on. These are eliminated because they're gram-negative. So by going to this slide, I can count up how many are gram-positive, how many are gram-negative, and I can use that to answer this question. So using the resources, you don't need to go out to your textbook, you don't need to go out to Google, you don't need to spend 12 hours on these. The information is all in the program, and if you're not finding it, then you need to contact me for some hints, because I don't want you frustrated and I don't want you spending weeks on these. That's not the point of them. They shouldn't take that long, but you are going to need to put in some work doing the tests and finding the information.